this is Boris. Welcome to another video of Sketchman Draws. So today I'm going to show you how to draw objects that you see around you with 3D shapes. And we're going to focus on one object, but I think I'm going to cover some principles first so that you can apply this into other objects. And I'll do other videos on how to draw other things, of course, that you can find around you. But I hope this will give you like a head start, or like it will encourage you to at least try, right? Like that's the point. So like without getting into too much boring stuff about perspective, whenever something is closer, it's bigger, right? I think that's we know it. Our brain and our eyes function like that, but I think you should be aware of it when you're trying to draw something, right? So especially if you're drawing something in 3D, right? So for example, you can take two pens which are the same size, like here, for example. I mean, if I take my hand and I bring the hand closer to the camera, I know, of course, this hand, my left hand, it appears bigger, right? So yeah, and in the same way, my right hand appears smaller. The other thing that you need to keep in mind is that outline of objects change with angles. So for example, if I take this paper towel, if you look at this angle, I'm sorry, I'm still trying to figure out, it's more circular, right? And then if I sort of like change the angle like this, I mean the outline is not a circle anymore, it's like an oval, right? Like so. And that sort of connects with the first principle, because if you really look at the diameter, which is this size here, right? Like it gets smaller because it's getting away from you. So then, what happens when you take a circle and then you squish it, right? It becomes an oval. So that's what happens. That's what's happening. And the third one, which I think not only applies here, I think applies in drawing in general, which again. I keep teasing things, but like yeah, I'll do a video on actually how to draw, because I do videos on how to draw this, how to draw that, how to accomplish this texture and so on. But there's an actually mindset I think that you need to have to actually draw, and I think it's difficult to sort of put in words, but I'll try. So thinking of a sculptor means you don't have to put the marks that you put on the paper don't have to be like the exact marks or the exact detail that you see in the picture. But what I mean by that is that you need to first block the picture, right? Like you need to block with bigger shapes, and then you sculpt them into smaller details that you see to match the reference picture you're trying to draw from, or the image that you are drawing from in your head, if you're drawing from imagination. So, and as a matter of fact, I don't know, I wish that someone has told me that earlier, because I had to figure that out by myself after many years of drawing, and that allows actually to, in a way, to like for example, when I'm erasing certain parts, and you'll see when I'll do the demonstration, I kind of feel like when I'm erasing and removing stuff, like I do feel like I am sculpting out stuff, right? Like I mean, so without further ado, let's start drawing, because I think. So here we have a chair, and it's not an easy one, because it's the angle it's very low, and we don't usually see chairs from this angle. But if we apply simplification into simple 3D shapes, you'll see it will be really easy. So, at least I'll try. I'll start by drawing the floor, because I think especially like if you're drawing things around you, like a still life and so on, it's always good to have the surface on which the object is placed, so that you have so you don't get the impression that the object is floating, right, in the air. Okay. okay, again, I'm not using rulers, but yeah, just I'm trying to make it as straight as possible. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the leg. So you see one leg here, so it starts here, like so. I'm basically drawing this one, right? This leg. Okay, so I have one leg here. Okay, and then it sort of goes away from us this way. Okay, so if I have to draw a rectangle that sort of captures the angle that the legs are positioned, I will actually use, if you really look at the line, right, like it's, because you know it's in perspective, so it's like those things are converging away from us as they get smaller, right? Again, so which you know, which brings us to the first principle, right? Like as things get further away, they get smaller. So the leg on our side, closer to us, appears a little bit bigger than the leg it is on the other, like further away from us. So, I mean, if you want, yeah, you can draw the full rectangle. I always like to do this because you'll see why in a moment. Because, so the chair designs change, but generally, you know, the legs are parallel, right? But so you can clearly see like this leg is parallel to this one. Then, so what we have to do is figure out how to draw the other leg. So again, this is why drawing the floor is easy, because you can use the line of the floor also to sort of know where to place. Like for example, I know that it sort of slants back like this, right? Yeah, see that? And then we know that the other leg should be parallel to this one, so then I'm going to draw this one, right? I mean, you can draw the line, but okay, now we don't need that line anymore, but anyway. So we're going to use boxes to sort of put the shapes of the cushions here. So yeah, so like I said, we don't see the chairs in this angle a lot. So like a lot of, so don't try to draw the top because we see just a little bit of it. So and also whenever I'm drawing like these shapes, these reference lines, right? Another thing that I'll cover in the video how to draw, which is when I'm drawing something, I'm trying to feel like I feel like I'm sort of actually, that's why I say think like a sculptor, because I actually feel like I'm running my hands over the surface of that object, right? Like so. So here, for example, I'm in my head, like. It's like a way to tell myself, tell my brain that yeah, this is like basically it's a rectangle, like and it's like no need to worry. So then I'm just putting like really sharp shapes. So let's just put blocky shapes here. And I know, again, you have to keep in mind you're drawing 3D objects, right? Which brings me to the second principle, right, which is the outline changes with the angle. So now we have really thin boxes, but they are sort of placed in different angles. So you need to be aware of that. So another thing is that just like the legs were parallel, the armrests should also be parallel, because otherwise, you know, the design will not be I don't know, it will be weird. Like imagine, like it will not be a good design. So yeah, I think I pretty much got like almost everything. So now I got let's say the big pieces of clay, if you will, in place, right? And now I'm trying to round the shapes up, because doing the round shapes is actually very difficult. So it's easier to do the sharp shapes, blocky shapes first, and then turn them into rounded, curvy shapes. Okay. And again, we're not shading, so shading actually will bring another dimension of form and will actually help us define or at least push the three-dimensionality of the objects we're drawing. So actually, I started I cheated a bit. I already started to put the shapes, but just for the sake of the demonstration, I had to put the blocky, sharp-edged boxes, and then change them into, just to explain the thought process, okay, that goes behind drawing, and I would say also designing. Like, I'm sure you know, like when the person who designed this chair was sketching it, they were, you know, trying to do this too. Okay. So yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to show you. So now let me recap just the principles before I leave you. And so first, things that are closer to you are bigger than the things that are further away from you. For the 3D shapes, or whether it's 3D shape or just flat 2D shapes, the outline changes with angles. And of course, think like a sculptor. Like, it doesn't have to be and actually I you know, that's another thing that I love in the drawing process, which is to sort of erase and then kind of sculpting, like trying to find the right form, and I like that. So but otherwise, I would like to thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe. Otherwise, just try drawing, try with other images. If you have any comments or like questions or requests, please leave them in the comment section below. This is Boris for Sketchman Draws, signing off.